Hi and welcome to Ryco Trade Training for another edition of Service My Car. Today we'll be looking at a service on this Mitsubishi MQ Triton.
Under the bonnet we've got a 2.4 litre turbo diesel 4-cylinder. First, determine what kind of service the vehicle is due for. Service items such as the oil filter have a limited lifespan and can lead to costly damage if neglected. Once you know which service interval it's up to, you can go ahead and order any parts before commencing the service. For this service we'll be looking at replacing the engine oil and oil filter, air filter, fuel filter and cabin filter.
Right, so we've got the car in the air now, ready to drain the oil out. The engine's just a little bit warm, which helps, but make sure if you're going to drain the oil out, the oil's not too hot because you could burn yourself.
While it drains, we can get the new oil filter ready. We've got this fresh Ryco oil filter that will be fitting. Now replace the sump plug washer with a fresh one and tighten it back up. Now we can do our initial oil fill. The 2.4 litre turbo diesel takes about 8.4 litres of oil. Once we've reached that, start it back up and check for leaks. Give it a final oil top up to reach the correct mark on the dipstick and we can move on.
Next up's the air filter.
On the Triton, simply unplug the airflow sensor, unclip the airbox lid and remove the old filter. Clear any debris from the airbox, fit the new Ryco air filter, put the lid back on, plug the airflow sensor back in and the job is done.
And now while we're in the engine bay, we'll do the fuel filter.
First, locate the fuel filter assembly on the right side of the engine bay, closest to the firewall. Remove the fuel pipes and unplug the sensor connector from the assembly. From there, pull the assembly out and place it on the workbench. Unscrew the ring that secures the lid and gently pull the lid up. Gently remove the old filter cartridge to avoid any fuel spillage. Replace the O-ring on the filter housing and reinstall the lid, making sure these two markings are aligned. Screw the securing ring back up until it clicks and reinstall the assembly back into the engine bay. Now you'll need to prime the fuel system. This is a critical step to avoid trapping air in the fuel. To do this, repeatedly press the primer head until it becomes hard.
And last but not least is the cabin filter.
To access the cabin filter on one of these, you'll first need to remove the glove box. Unclip this strut and release the glove box from its securing hinge. You'll need to apply some pressure to the far upper corners towards the inside of the compartment and slowly drop it. With that out of the way, remove the cabin filter housing lid and remove the old cabin filter. Clear the area of any debris and now you can fit the new Ryco cabin filter. Ryco has a number of different options when it comes to cabin filters. We'll be fitting this ute with the Ryco N99 MicroShield cabin filter. The MicroShield is made of N99 medical grade media capable of filtering out particles down to 0.3 microns. Now simply refit all the glove box components and you're good to go. Now all that's left is to take the vehicle for a road test and make sure everything's in good working order.
And there you have it. Service done on this Mitsubishi Triton.
Visit rycofilters.com.au for more information.